Hello comrades, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a historical discussion and review of the Soviet second pattern Lifchik chest rig. Our history begins in 1985 or 86 with the introduction of the first pattern Lifchik chest rig that was pretty much just a copy of the Chinese Type 56 chest rig. However, it had snap fasteners instead of the little bamboo things that would be right here. And then in 1988, the second pattern Lifchik chest rig was introduced, and that thing saw service all the way until the mid to late 90s. And I have to get this out of the way. Unfortunately, this thing would probably not have been used in Afghanistan simply because it was introduced far too late and there's no photographic evidence to suggest so. However, if you want to use this thing for like a Soviet 1988 uniform in an airsoft game, you can, but if you want to be like 100% accurate, you probably shouldn't. You probably shouldn't use this chest rig. And as you could probably tell, this thing was really popular with the Spetsnaz and the VDV, as well as the army units that it saw, just because it was such a major step away from the regular Soviet magazine pouch that would be on the hip, and it just holds so much more, and it's way more convenient to access your magazines. And as you can see, it has three main pouches that hold 2 magazines each. This one doesn't hold a second one for some reason. It's just not cut right. This is a reproduction, so that probably explains why. And it has 4 grenade pouches and 2 slots for your flares, and it also has an extra attachment thing to hold a VOG 25 grenade belt, but you know, I don't have that, so I don't use that. But all in all, this is a really solid chest rig. And if you're one of the Russian fanboys like me that likes to portray the late Soviet Union and early Russian Federation, then I would definitely recommend picking one of these things up. And considering that second pattern and first pattern Lifchik chest rigs are not very easy to get when you find them original, I would suggest picking up a reproduction, just because if you're going to take it to airsoft or occasionally just for photo demonstrations, these things do get damaged. So if you're really worried about preserving history and you don't want to damage a historical artifact, but you want to portray something, then I'd recommend getting a reproduction. So I gotta take this off. There are stamps on the inside. All right, so as we can see on the outside here, it has a quality control stamp and a factory stamp. Reproduction, of course. Pretty good though. Hey, sorry about that. I just looked at the footage and like you can't see the stamps at all. Anyway, so here's better quality footage. I think in the future, whenever I'm gonna try to show stamps of something on something that I'm wearing, I'm just gonna like take a picture or a close-up video like this in the future. And it has pads for your shoulders to make wearing it a lot easier, a lot more comfortable for extended periods of time. And as you can see right here, this is one of my favorite features. You can adjust it really easily. You just pull on it and it tightens. You don't have to worry about like undoing something and then pulling on it and then clamping it back down like some other like weird chest rig designs. You can just easily adjust it. And if you need to tighten it to your body, you just do that. Loosen it. Gotta pull it like that. Really simple. And I honestly still can't get over it. Every time I show this thing off, I just start smiling, just because it's just a classic piece of Soviet military gear, and it still works really well. And this is actually kind of funny because I see with the Type 56 and Type 81 chest rigs, people like to put 2 magazines in there. It doesn't really hold it very well, and I'm like, dude, if you want to get like an old chest rig, just get a Lifchik, a second pattern Lifchik. It'll hold your 2 magazines just fine. You don't got to be weird about it. And that's pretty much it. Like, I don't know too much of the history. I know the basic outline, and that's pretty much all there is to say on this chest rig for my personal review. If I forgot anything, I'll just, edit in my comments. And if I messed any history up, or if I did actually forget anything and didn't add it in, please let me know. I'm super grateful for any feedback, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.